Shalom. First and foremost, I want to give all praises and honor and glory to Yahweh, Bahasham, Yahushai, Bahasham, Rahara Kakadash. Double honors to the elder apostles from Great Millstone for teaching us the truth among other things. Shalom to the Seer Akim across the world, pushing the truth and sincere and the hope for elect and a few sisters that are listening. Shalom. So, I want to do a quick video about times where we are heading in, and I did a couple of videos already about famine, but also storehouses that are going to be empty, that people are gonna search to and fro on the world, on the earth, basically to supermarket to look for food, but all the storehouses are going to be empty about supply. All these things are going to happen in the near future, and when we say near future, we're talking about a couple of months or less than a year, or maybe less than 2 years, but eventually it's coming because it's already around the corner. And that's why we warn the people like, hey, famine is coming, but prepare yourself that you need to be building your character up stronger in the faith, man. And let me go straight into it. Because Esau also is going to basically cut off the job supplies of people going to lose their works, the job. So eventually they need money. And what do you take away? If you take away the money, you take away the living things of people. How they can survive, how they can live, basically. And let me go first here. Just meditate upon this right now. It jumped in my mind. This is Sirach 39 and 26. The principal things for the whole use of man's life are water, fire, iron, and salt, flour of wheat, honey, milk, and the blood of the grape, and oil, and clothing. All these things are for good to the godly. So to the sinners, they are turned into evil. So these are things what we understand that we need. These are basic things in life to basically go through the life. And if you take away all the supplies what a man's need for his life, you basically interfering and putting him in danger. And they always say like, you're serving the one that is basically feeding you, right? And it looks like Esau is feeding us right now with his food and all his parasites things on his food, all his devout food, and giving you money so you can work and to basically eat. But guess what? The true one that is feeding us is the Heavenly Father and His Son, Yahushai. So Yahweh, Ba'asham Yahushai, they are the true ones that are feeding us. And Esau thinks he has the upper hand for giving us a job to go to the plantation, to work some for that little bit of money. We're still serving him till this day in captivity. So the ones that feeding you is also the one that is trying to bite your ass off, man. But then you have people like want to say, oh, yeah, we are free. We can work, we can travel, yeah, to a certain degree. Try to go without a passport and he will stop you. He don't want you to succeed. This queendom is not built on you succeeded. Not everybody can make it. There's just a few percent that can make millions or hundreds of thousands of dollars. But not everybody is here to make it. That's not what Esau wants. He don't want you to be on top. That's not his goal. He wants to be the only one on top, so he can control and manipulate all the people on the earth. That's why he wants to depopulate the earth, so he can start over and control them by the mind. Like, hey, you need me basically, and otherwise, hey, we're gonna cut you off. That's why he's building up the 15-minute cities, so he can put you in a box. That's why he has the moment that he caused the C-19 to happen. Guess what? Now he has a schedule on who is down with his system and who not. Who's against, what are the people going to do when we pressure them. All this information is critical for him to understand how he can operate in his next move. Because what you got with chaos. People gonna get confused. You need to start chaos to get people routed up, to get them confused, so that they don't know what they need to do. And so he can be the upper hand and be like, hey, I'm here to help you, while he is the one that is trying to make you sick. That's what Esau does. So this is Sirach 34 and starting at 21. The bread of the needy is their life. He that defrauded him thereof is a man of blood. He that taketh away his neighbor's living slayeth him. And that's what Esau is going to do. He's trying to take away all the things what you need. Basically your life, your food, your work. So you basically getting defeated. But then he comes like, I have a beautiful thing for you, the MOTB. And then he wants to basically to help you, but you need to agree with his doctrine and his design. The New World Order. That's what he wants. And if not, he will cut you off. But he takes away your life. 22 again. He that taketh away his neighbor's living, slayeth him. And that's what he's really going to do. Slay him, basically. Take away the thing. And he that defrauded the laborer of his hire is a bloodshedder. And that's what Esau does, man. He's a bloodshedder. And you gotta understand, he's never satisfied with the things what he have. He will not leave any grape unturned. If he can take everything, he take your whole house, everything inside the house. A robber that comes steal in your house, he will leave things behind for you. But Esau, he's the opposite, man. He will still even try to take the blocks of the foundation of your house, so you don't have nothing. And if you come back, he wants to try to steal your clothing also. That's what he does. That's why he's a slick devil, man. That's why he needs to go. He will never play fair, and that's not his. That's not how he wants to win. He doesn't care to play fair, man. That's not his thing, man. This is 2 Ezra 6 and 22. And suddenly shall the sown place appear unsown. The full storehouses shall suddenly be found empty. And that's going to be happening in the near future, man. Like we explaining every time. It can be like a month, 2 months, half a year, 2 years. But guess what? It's around the corner. Ain't gonna be that long. Already people are talking about famine is coming because the supply, everything is getting expensive. Food is getting short. You saw, I did a video about in Australia, saw already shortage of food. Because so-called Iran has all the how do you say, the supply for the ground for the food. All these things are going to be an effect. And they say Iran has 20% of the world, right? For the, I forgot the name, but basically for the ground fertilities to make the food come out. The good nutrients, basically. The word is on my tongue, but I cannot find the words to push it out real. But you understand I hope you understand what I mean. But that's what Esau is blocking right now. And basically you're gonna find it like what you had with Ukraine, right? When the war with Russia started with Ukraine, right? Everything like the oil, the sunflower, everything eventually we started to have problems with sunflower, bread, because now once a sudden everything came out of Ukraine. Never I heard about Ukraine that we buy things from Ukraine, and now everything came out of Ukraine. But you know already what they do. When they cause confusion, they immediately take advantage of the things what they basically confuse the people and put them in a chokehold, and that's what they're doing. So again, verse 22. And suddenly shall the sown places appear unsown. The full storehouses shall suddenly be found empty. People gonna run. They're gonna look for food, man. That's why you got the famine of hunger. People want to eat. And we gave always the explanation of the example of Venezuela. What happened years ago. People were on the street. Now you have Cuba getting a lot of problems because they don't have no gas, no oil. So basically, and that town is basically that land is going upon oil. They need oil to make electricity, and now they have a shortage of that because America has put in a block on that. But all these things is Esau Edom behind it. And the trumpet shall give a sound which when every man hear it, they shall be suddenly afraid. And that's what is happening right now. People going to be afraid. But the trumpet has already been blown because we warned the people that this also is coming. And people don't understand, like, hey, where do we need to go to eat? That's why Esau comes in with his technical, so-called Jesus Savior type of behavior. I'm here to help. Captain Save-A-Hole. But he's not here to help. He's here to destroy. That's his purpose. Let me go to 15. 2 Esther 15. And let me start at 15. 2 Esther 15 and verse 15. Let me start at 14. Woe to the world and them that dwell therein, for the sword and the destruction draw at nigh. And one people shall stand up and fight against another, and sword in their hands. And this is going to happen. People going to get angry at each other, start to fight, even with the government, even with the kings, and all these things. It's going to happen. Your neighbor's going to fight. He wants to basically feed his family. So everybody got to be upon himself. The love of many shall wax cold, right? 16. For there shall be sedition among men, and invading one another. So even when you have your door, you are the person that never closes your door to the house. Guess what? People gonna start coming by, man. They want to know, like, hey, what do you have as food? And they don't even care if your door is locked. They will come in and break the door and come to look what you have. And that's why we have the protection of Yahweh Bashem Yeshai. Isaiah 65 and 13, right? My servants shall eat. We understand all these things, and that's why we're building our character and our faith on Yahweh Bashem Yeshai, so we can understand that He is the one that is going to protect us. Psalms 91. He's going to be our refuge. He's going to be our camp round about. Under His wings, we're going to be protected. 16. For there shall be sedition among men, and invading one another. They shall not regard their kings, nor princes, nor the government. All these things, they ain't gonna mingle. They don't gonna care about it. That's what you also saw with Trump, right? When they started to come to D.C., to Washington, when they started to basically attack the what was it, house again? The Capitol. Basically, they started to attack. And that's the same thing what is going to happen. People are going to start attacking the government because they see, like, hey man, y'all ain't helping. People are going to get mad because confusion. And that's where the government going to step in and introduce again a new world order. So everything's going to be in order again. And it's going to look beautiful. Take the MOTB, they're going to say. And guess what? All that Meta glasses, what you see, the Ray-Ban Meta glass, all the payments what you can do with your hand, and make it beautiful, man. The free this, free that, so-called ChatGPT in your mind. Don't need to ask questions anymore. We have everything covered. You can be asking yourself a question, and within 1 second you have the answer already. You're gonna be the smartest person on the so-called planet Earth. All these philosophies they're gonna put and make it beautiful. Oh, you cannot walk? Guess what? Neuralink, we can make sure you can walk again. Just follow us. That's what they're going to implant. This is what they're going to how do you say it? Make the people how do you say it? People going to make a step like, oh, this is the best way. This is life. I cannot come on the word, man. Basically persuade the people in the mind. But yeah, Basically, got them over the line. Lord willing, I will get on the word later on. But this is what is going to happen. And the course of their action shall stand in their power. A man shall decide to go into a city and shall not be able. Guess what? You're gonna have people, the military, that's going to stop certain places that you cannot go over. While you looking for food, people started to go all the places looking for food, and that's where you got the military bases that they're gonna to basically put blocks on certain places. Here you cannot pass, and also the movie. I think it's the Bird of a Nation, or not the Bird of a Nation, Songbird, Bird Song of Songbird. You're gonna see, like, if you don't have the band, the so-called band on your hand, you cannot go to a certain area. And also, the other movie with Justin Timberlake also has certain blocks you cannot pass by. Certain places are for the rich and certain places for the poor. That's the same thing what they're going to have also. So 17, a man shall decide to go into a city and shall not be able. For because of their pride, the city shall be troubled, the houses shall be destroyed, and man shall be afraid. A man shall have no pity upon his neighbor, but shall destroy their houses with the sword. So you see, it's going to happen, man. People ain't gonna spare his neighbor anymore, man. They knocking on your door, coming with the 4-5. How do you say? Knocking down the door. Hey, man, they're going to come and to collect. If they have guns, knives, they come to collect. This is what is going to happen. A man shall have no pity. No pity. They coming, man. They ain't gonna be feeling sorry for your ass. They don't care about, hey, you were my neighbor for 20 years. Always my friend. No, they don't have no pity. A man shall have no pity upon his neighbor, but shall destroy their houses with the sword. So he's coming in and spoil their goods. So he's coming to take everything because of the lack of bread, because there's going to be lack of bread, lack of food shortage. So they need to feed themselves. Love of many gonna wax cold because of the lack of bread. And for great tribulation. Behold, saith the Lord, I will call together all the kings of the earth to reverence me, which are from the east and Libanos, to turn themselves one against another, to repay the things that they have done to them. So everything's going to come upon their own heads. But eventually you're going to see all these things going to pop off. We're going to see it real soon, man. So I hope this short lesson was edifying. So with that, I want to give all praises to Yahweh B'Shem Yeshai B'Shem Rahor Kakadash. Shalom.